Hello everybody, this is TechHut. In this video, what we're going to be doing is checking out this guy right here, the Goovis G3 Max, as well the Goovis Art headset. I don't have the head strip fully installed, but this one looks more like a kind of a night vision type scenario. Full disclosure, they did send these over. I do have to send them back, but this is a partnership, kind of a product demo of sorts, so do note that. But with that said, all opinions are my own, and I will definitely share some opinions, as well as some word of caution if you have a big head like me and you want to get one of these. And a really important thing to note is these are not like your standard kind of like Oculus VR headset or even AR headset where it immerses you in a world and it has face tracking and all that kind of stuff. These are simply basically IMAX displays that you mount to your face. They're mostly for home theater type situations. And for what they are super cool. And I'll get into all the specs and everything of these, and a real pro to having these not be fully immersive, or at least in the sense of like a 3D reality, is that the picture quality is oh so much better. This right here is my Oculus 2. This thing gets a good amount of use. And you'll notice here that the lenses on these type of headsets they use magnification and distortion to actually give you that full kind of immersive effect. And no matter how good the quality is on these things, there is going to be some kind of distortion and whatnot when you do look through these types of lenses. These things don't have that nearly as bad. So for this video, I'm going to quickly focus on the specs of the Max we have here. And this one's cool. It has this rubber thing that goes around your face, so it's not fully immersive in the sense of a 3D reality, but it does completely block all light and everything. So it's like the equivalent of sitting about 20 meters away from a 1,000-inch screen. So you are going to see some minor black bordering around the edge, but the picture quality is really nice. And you can kind of see the difference on the lens here. It doesn't have those like rings around that kind of distort it. And let's talk about the I/O and some of the adjustments. So these are highly adjustable depending on what you're trying to do. First, of course, you can move these actual lenses here to fit your eye exactly how you want to, and you can control it with these right here. So if you slide these on the bottom, it will actually move this. For me, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have a big head, so I have to have it as wide as possible. And then these little dials on the side here are the focus. So you can move those around, adjust this kind of like you're at an eye doctor until you get the perfect, like crisp clarity that you want. Additionally, these do have speakers built into it, so you are able to get some sound. It's not very loud. Using these with headphones is definitely probably going to be a better experience, but you do have volume control, brightness control. These do support 3D Blu-ray video, so if you have that, there's a 3D button right here, so you could switch in between that mode, and you'll be able to view 3D content if that's something you have. There's USB-C right here, which is going to be the main one for display, and then you have one on the top right here as well for charging. And when it comes to overall comfort, this right here, this back thing is essential for me. It does come with a free kind of standard strap, but this right here with the adjustment like so is basically essential, at least for me. And this back thing does really help distribute the weight, so it doesn't really feel like there's really much on my head right now. I mean, it's definitely there, but compared to just a flat strap, this is really nice. Now these lenses here are actually 2.5K AMOLED screens with a field of view of 65 and a 120 Hz refresh rate. Now the thing I find absolutely crazy is the pixel per inch, which for something this small, it has to be really high. And these things are coming in at 3528 pixels per inch. Compared to like the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, that has a PPI of 460. Comparing it to something a little more similar, the Apple Vision Pro has a slightly smaller PPI of 3386. So definitely up there when it comes to specifications. Now, like I said, this thing doesn't actually have any software or anything like that. It's simply just a screen. But a beautiful thing about it is it supports basically any device that has a USB-C audio out. Of course, it does come with various adapters and whatnot. For example, this right here is their additional little battery bank, which then you can use this to give that some more power. It has video in, video out here, and we could switch this part out for, actually I have it over here. This is one of their products. This is a Google TV, It's the 4K smart dongle, and it's very specific to the device. As you can see, it's one of these, and you just pop it in. There you go. It's now on the battery. This one has an HDMI out, which then you could use something like this, which is another one of their products, which has HDMI in with 5-volt and Type-C, both Type-Cs that you could see there. So if you're not using a device that supports the direct USB-C to video, you're going to have a lot of cords. But luckily, my main use case for this is my Steam Deck. So with the Steam Deck, you only need one cord to plug this in. So I go like this, and with this, you can actually raise this so I can kind of see what's going on. Plug this into the Steam Deck. You can see the screen go off on the Steam Deck because the screen is on here, and it looks freaking awesome. At least how I have my kind of eyes and focus set up, I don't see really any lines across the side. I have a big head. So what I was saying earlier is I wish the eyes would go a little further out, because for me in the top corners and even the bottom corners a little bit, I'm just barely missing the corners. So playing like a game like Fortnite, for example, I don't really see the entire mini map. And that's because, again, got a big head. I can't buy any hats in stores. I have to get like a 8 1/8 size fitted hat. But like, I've had my wife and other people try it out, and they don't experience that issue at all. So it's a me problem, unfortunately. But man, it's super clear. I absolutely love using this thing. Now, the one thing that I don't enjoy about it is the thing that's really nice about the, like, if I move my head too much, I kind of feel a little car sick because it's like stagnant, but I know my head's moving. So if you're going to be using this, you got to kind of keep your head still. At least for me. That's probably another me issue. I have a lot of issues, if you can't tell. But it is really hard to show you guys exactly how awesome this looks. I know if I can cover up this sensor, I'll do a lot of like video editing to kind of remake what I see. Oh, there you go. It focused. Oh, kinda. There we go. So you can see I have it like right up to my main recording camera, what it's kind of looking like a little bit there. It's hard to move it around perfect. I'll get some better shots that I'll put on screen right now with like my phone or something, so you could see it a little bit better. But you'll probably just kind of have to take my word for it of how absolutely crisp this is. And to be quite frank, if they made one for slightly bigger heads, I would probably just buy this myself, no problem. So that's the Goovis Max. That's the big boy. So I'm going to unplug this, and now let's focus on their art. Actually, I'm going to grab this. The art also comes with one of those headbands that's not that great, but luckily I should just be able to switch this one out. Now this right here is the Goovis Art. Now granted, its size is much smaller, has a lot of the same kind of user interface, or I/O. You can see here we have brightness and volume controls. There's the button to go from 2D to 3D. It also supports the 3D Blu-ray if that's something you want. And it has a lock unlock, has little dials on the side for the focus adjustments, and that's really about it. Up here on the actual part that goes on your forehead, we have a USB Type-C, and then flipping to the other side, we have an auxiliary headphone jack. Boop, super easy. Let's mount this up. Now this one, as you can tell, is a little different. You can actually kind of lift it to get it out of your sight. This one is designed to be able to use while you do other things. So you're supposed to be able to like multitask with it. You could kind of position this so you could be like looking down at whatever you need to do and then like watch a sports game or whatever off and on. They advertise this one a lot for outdoor stuff like flying drones, for example. This one isn't going to give you the immersive experience, but it should be pretty much the same quality, as the lenses, I believe, are still the 2.5K displays. And you can see it does slide, so I hope it slides out far enough for my use. But I am going to plug these in. So the Type-C right here. The G3 Maxes I've been using quite a bit. This is my kind of initial impression of these ones. So let's see. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm not having the same issue I had previously with the blurring on the edges, because this one does seem to go wide enough for what I'm going to need. If I like slide my head back thing a little bit. God, I need a haircut. Oh yeah, I definitely can go back and forth from gaming here to doing something else. I hate to say it, but I might like these ones a little bit better. They're considerably cheaper, so that's a good thing in my book. Yeah, it's just kind of, and it's not as nauseating because I can actually see the world around me when I move my head around. So that's not nearly as big of a problem with the other one. It's so close to my face, it does take my eyes a sec to notice. Ooh, the sound doesn't sound too bad. And it's really just as crisp as the other one is. Opening up Fortnite, I might be kind of getting that. Oh, nope, not if I adjust it. Haha. Yeah, these ones are definitely a lot better if you have a bigger head. There's perfect. Whatever I just set it to. It takes a sec with the adjustments, with the width adjustments and the focus to kind of get it perfect. But I mean, man, these are awesome. So I could like go like that, switch over to doing some of this, and look up, and I can see what's going on in super high quality. Granted, I do look a little goofy with this on. This is super cool. I wish they'd let me keep it. I might have to buy one. Got to cover up the little sensor so it thinks my head is on it. There it goes. There's one of them. One of the two lenses, and them together looks absolutely perfect. And it's weird, even as I move my hand, you can see it kind of looks like it's stagnant there. So this would be a real fun for gaming on the Steam Deck. This is going to be my primary use case, is with this Steam Deck. I'm going to milk this as long as I can until they make me send it back. So if you are interested in picking up either of these, I will leave a link down below to both of the products so you can learn a lot more about them than I covered here, as well as their Hey Google thing. Personally, I wouldn't use this, but it does come with everything you need. It comes with a whole remote and all that, so you can use this to watch your movies instead of some other device that you have. But if you have like a Samsung phone, for example, actually I wonder if you could use Samsung Dex with it. That would be something cool. Little Bluetooth keyboard and all that. I know I plugged it into my MacBook Air, and that worked perfectly fine, and I plugged it in even to an iMac, and that worked fine for an additional monitor, which was kind of cool. But yeah, all the links will be down below. Big thank you to Goovis for reaching out and partnering up for this video. And with all that, I do hope you have an absolutely beautiful day, and goodbye.